My name's Logan, and I'm 20 years old, and I overthink really fucking bad. Now, if you don't overthink, you're gonna listen to me and think, holy shit, you're fucking insane, dude. But it's not a conscious thing. It's just kind of something you can't really control. Now, you can get it under control, but when you're not trying to, it's fucking impossible. It's never just gonna go away. You have to want it to go away, and you have to believe that good things are happening and nothing sinister is. Sinister is a fucking goofy word, but you know what I mean. It is, overthinking is a tricky bitch, and you have to be very careful with how you handle it. I am making this video, it's probably a good point to get across, to help anyone who is overthinking and their partner isn't responding to them. And look, they should always respond to you. No doubt, they should. If they're not talking to you at all, you need to value yourself over them. But if you can genuinely tell yourself that you know they're making an effort, then they're worth fighting for. If anyone's going to put in work for you, they deserve a chance. It is hard to not overthink, because if you're alone and you're not around people, it is all you can think about. It's like a fucking disease. But I promise that it will get better, because I know, because it's gotten better for me. It is hard, and it's going to be a rough fucking day, or maybe even a week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. But it will get better. And I can promise you that they're not talking to anyone else. They're not out there sleeping with anyone else. It's not like that. It's your own brain pulling tricks on you now. I don't know how it works for everyone. Everyone can be different in the way they overthink. I think that I question everything. I wonder, why isn't she responding to me? It's not really that, like, I think something bad is happening. It's more the fact that I don't know what is happening. That's what freaks me out personally. Now, I've gotten a rap on it, but they're not out to hurt you. They're trying to help. They really are. Me and my girlfriend have been dating for 17 days today. The first week that me and her had been dating, she was at home. She had nothing to do all day, and the only thing I had to do was work. So I would talk to her with all my free time. It was great. I built like a really, really strong connection to her. And then she went to college. She's been there for, I think, about 5 days. And she went from speaking to me 12 hours a day to only having enough time to talk to me for about 2 to 3. And that was really hard for me to get a hold of, because for her it was new friends, new experiences, college. And for me it was the same old shit every day. Work, come home, sleep. And all I want to do is talk to her. I don't want to play games. I don't want to go out and do stuff. I just want to talk to my girlfriend. Because I was still very attached and dependent on her for happiness. And you can be dependent on your partner for happiness, but you can't be solely dependent on your partner for happiness. You need to find joy in other things. Physical activity is a really good way of distracting yourself, because it's something you can't not think about, because it fucking hurts. But it's also good for you. You have to be understanding. You can't just expect everyone to do exactly what you want. Doesn't mean you're ignorant, it just means you love them and you care. Don't ever feel like you're being a bad person for caring about your partner, but you also need to be able to be understanding of their position. In my girlfriend's case, it is acceptable because she has so many things to go out and do and hang out with people, and she needs to build a relationship with the people at her school, because she has to have friends. Like, she has to have a social life. And I was really struggling to grasp that as a concept when she first went to school, and I was so caught up in my own head, wondering, why isn't she responding to me? It's not personal. It's got nothing to do with you and everything to do with everyone else. Now, the biggest mistake that you could take from this video is making excuses for someone who doesn't deserve to have excuses made about them. If your partner is ignoring you to hang out with someone of the opposite gender and isn't telling you things, you should be a little worried. But if you know the situation like I don't know it, then that's your own choice to make. But you just gotta trust the other person. And if you feel like they're worth trusting, then that's all that matters. But if you don't trust them, then obviously nothing's going to change. It's still going to be this same horrible loop every single day. That's where you need to make a decision for yourself or for them. But don't ever let anyone push you to make a decision like that. Always make it in your own confidence, because if you let other people dictate the choices you make, will you ever make a choice that you fucking want? Overthinking is a bitch. So you have to try to control it. Don't try and fill the void. Filling a void is not a healthy thing to do, because you'll just hate everything and you'll become so obsessed with them that they'll start pulling away because they can't handle the stress of having to deal with you on top of everything else. You have to find a way to distract yourself. And if for the first 2 weeks of practicing this less addictive attitude, you are having a horrible time, that's okay. It's okay to suffer. You can be in the shit. It is okay. But don't give up. Take it one day at a time. Don't quit. You can quit tomorrow if you still want to, but if you care, if you even feel the slightest bit of not wanting to quit, don't. Wait till the next day. See if it still keeps going away. Finding things to fill the boredom. It's like the worst thing you can do is do nothing. That is the worst thing you can do. You have to do something, and go for a walk. Walk yourself far away from your house so it's not easy to go back and sulk. I don't know. You got woods near you, go out in the woods. That's the greatest place to clear your head. Maybe hang out with your friends. Force yourself to go out and do something. Because I promise, sitting here and sinking into your own head is just... it's going to be the reason your relationship won't work out. So you'll push them to the point where they feel like they're taking care of you and them 24/7. And my girlfriend expressed that to me in worry, because she told me that she was feeling a repetitive thing with how she felt in her old relationships, and that really scared her because she didn't want to lose me. And that really hit home for me, because I didn't want to ever make her feel like how she felt in her previous relationships. Tell them to be honest with you. Be like, I just need you to tell me how I make you feel when I act like this. And if they tell you the truth, they're not doing it to hurt you. They're doing it to try and help you see clarity. I want to try and help people, because you know how it feels to feel so alone. That it's just, you feel like you're drowning. And it's a hard thing to get past. But it's possible. I'm doing it actively. Every day it's getting easier to not talk to her 24/7. Every day video games are more and more enjoyable. My videos that I used to like to watch are more and more enjoyable. And talking to her feels so much better, because I don't focus on the fact that I'm not talking to her. I focus on the fact that I'm going to. Now, I talk about how I'm getting better, but for the next couple of days, she's going to be really busy. I'm not going to be able to talk to her much, and that's going to be really fucking hard. But it's going to be okay. You just got to tell yourself that it's okay. It's okay to feel like that, but it's not okay to let it control how you feel. Sorry. It's not okay to let it control how you think. You can't control your emotions, but you can control your actions. Just take a deep breath. Think about how much you love and care about them. Next time you are drowning, call a friend. Call anyone. Just speak to someone. Because it will, and tell them what you're thinking, and they will, if they're a good friend and they're an honest person, they'll tell you that you're overthinking. And they'll tell you that you're going to be okay and that they care about you and that they shouldn't worry. Talk to someone. Tell them how you feel. Tell them that this is what you think and this is what's happening, and they'll be able to give you an honest outsider's perspective on what you should feel. They can give you their honest opinion, and you can base it off of what they say. When it comes to texting your partner while they're in the middle of something, set expectations. Set the expectation that they're not going to respond for a while, and that's okay. But if they do respond quickly, awesome. You just have to be okay with the worst possible option. Now, don't be like, if he doesn't respond to me for 9 hours or she doesn't respond to me for 7 hours, that's okay. That's not okay. Unless they are like in a specific predicament that you completely understand. If they're like at work or out with their friends, they should not be ignoring you for 9 hours, 8 hours. A couple hours? Absolutely. Like, take your time. Do your shit. But being ignored for 8 hours a day, no one deserves that. And unless you and your partner are specifically okay with that, don't do that. Don't do that to someone, and don't let someone do that to you. It's okay to text your partner and just be like, I miss you and I love you. And then if they say it back, heart their message and just leave it. You got confirmation that they still want you and you're still important to them, while also giving them the time and space that they need to be happy. You also need to, you're not the problem. You're just not a problem. I should probably play the game so you guys have something to look at. It's gonna be boring as fuck. But you're not a problem. If your partner is telling you there's something wrong with you, why are you acting like this, and making you feel like you're an issue, don't let them do that. That is not love. That is control. Because one day you're gonna want time to yourself. You're gonna want to not talk because you're gonna be on your phone doing something or talking to a friend. And they're going to want to talk to you. And they're going to be texting you a lot. Overthinking is a curse. Now, if you're with someone and you break up with them, and you guys go your separate ways, and let's say a year later you start dating someone else. You guys become really attached. And then boom, they're super busy. You can't talk to them. It's really stressful. It's really hard to just go all day without hearing their voice. But you can always come back here. This video will always be here for anyone to watch whenever they need it. And I will respond to any comment that I can with any help that I can give. If you ever are like, man, I'm really fucked up right now, I need someone to tell me it's gonna be okay, I'll fucking respond to your comment. I will tell you that it's okay and nothing's wrong. It sounds fucking corny as fuck, but sometimes that's what I needed, and I didn't have it, and that's okay, but if I can avoid other people having to deal with that, I will. Because it is a deep hole to put yourself in sometimes. And it's fucking hard. It's really, really fucking hard. You know, not everything's always going to be good. You're gonna have days where shit really fucking sucks, where the only thing you really feel like doing in that moment is hearing your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your significant other's voice, but they're caught up in their own life, and it's gonna be hard, and you're gonna be angry at them, and that's okay. It's okay to be mad at them sometimes. You don't have to be this impenetrable shield, but you do have to control how you treat them. You can't treat them like shit just because you're upset how they're busy. You can't guilt them and tell them that they don't love you, or Why aren't you giving me attention when I'm asking for it? It's not, they don't owe you anything. They're choosing to be with you. Appreciate that alone in itself, and getting past all the overthinking will be 1,000 times easier. Just be happy that you have them in the first place, because someone else could be with them right now. But it's you. They chose you at the end of the day. You know, it really helps to sit there and like just realize like, okay, it's okay. You gotta tell yourself, talk to yourself like you're a fucking child if it helps. Be like, you're okay. Everything's okay. They love you. They care about you. They want you to be happy. They would never ignore you on purpose. They're just busy. Now, you also have to be able to trust your significant other. You have to be able to genuinely say, yeah, I would trust them to never cheat on me. And if you can say that, then you can get over overthinking. Because realistically, getting cheated on is the worst thing to happen. It's the one thing that most people really can never get over, which is logical because that shit would be fucking horrible. Now, it's not always going to be easy. There are going to be really hard days, and there are going to be really easy days. And the easy days are going to make the hard days even more hard, because you're gonna just feel that feeling of, oh my god, I have them back again. I'm talking to them all day. It feels so good. And then there's going to be a day where you don't get to talk to them for more than an hour in that day. And that is going to suck. But if your partner puts an effort, if your partner really cares, they'll do everything they can to make sure you're okay. They'll call you for 5 minutes. They'll send you a voice note if that helps. God forbid, I know it helps me. Don't do what someone else tells you to do. Decide with your partner what you guys want to do, and if what they're suggesting doesn't work for you, tell them. Because it'll never get better if you don't communicate how you're feeling. You need to be open and tell them, I don't like this. I don't think this is a good plan. I think we should do something else. And if they're not willing to compromise on you with that, then you need to move on. Because they're not going to compromise with you on even harder shit if they're not going to compromise with you on that. That is a shitty thing to have to come to terms with, but it is the truth. You will have to make a decision on who you find more important, them or you. But that has nothing to do with the whole point of this video. I'm a fucking yapper. I love to ramble. It's my favorite thing. I can talk to myself for hours. Fucking psycho. Jesus Christ. But, end all be all, there was some sustenance to this video, and I hope something got to you and helped you stop overthinking. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, and maybe I'll keep doing this.